Hello, I made this channel to be about biking, and I was really looking forward to my first video about fixing bikes or riding bikes or something. But I just cannot tolerate this piece of loveliness. This is the Takstar SGC-600 microphone, intended to be put on a camera, just plugged in, and it runs off a battery that you can take out and replace, and it sounds fine. Sounds totally fine. It's gotten great reviews on YouTube, but me, I think it's trash. And the reason that I think it's trash is because for mine, I had it and I used it for a little bit, and then it suddenly kind of gave out, where it started recording at a normal level and then got quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter, and then you couldn't hear anything anymore. And I sent it off to the factory. I'm in China. I sent it off to the factory, and they fixed it. So this is the fixed one, and I tried it, and the very first time I used it, again, the same thing happened. Just 1 minute, come on. Can you not give out? Just work normally. I mean, you're turned on. I see the green light. Everything is fine. So just work. Can you just work? So my requirements for a microphone, that's not a long list. It sounds good and it works. You know, I plug it in and it's on, the camera's on, everything's plugged in, and it works. It gives me sound. If it doesn't give me sound, then what's the point? So the question that I want to ask, not about any of the issues that people have talked about before, like, you know, this cable that you can't take out. So if there's damage, then you can't use the mic anymore. My point is simply about quality control. What's the point of the microphone if at any time it's going to give out and it doesn't work, you can't get anything? Maybe you were relying on it and then you lose all of the audio, and then you can't use the whole thing that you worked to get. What's the point of it? There often with products seems to be a bit of a conflict, where you have the good quality and high price, pretty high price, and then you have the low price and also low quality, and sometimes no middle. I spent about I don't know, about $40 Canadian for this, translating into Canadian dollars. US would be a bit less, and that's a fine price, but I would pay more for it if it just worked better. Why not 50% more, even 2 times the price? If it just works, it's reliable, the QC is good. If I'm sending it to the factory and they're giving it back to me as fixed and it's not fixed at all, I take issue with it. I just don't see it as being responsible, you know? That's not the kind of thing that you should do. Maybe this is something more companies are doing these days, but come on, just get good QC. If your product sounds good, but there's no QC to make sure that it actually works when you need it to, what's the point of it? So this is kind of my feeling about these kinds of things. They are trash, and I just probably will put this in the trash. I don't see any purpose. I can't use it, and I don't want to send it to them and then they will fix it. And I know I will never trust it. Never. Because it has failed me after the fixing. And it's going to fail me again. I know it. So that's kind of it. Things like Rode, they're good. Cheaper. The quality is not there. So that's just my experience, and that's my first video on the biking channel about this nonsense. Maybe that's useful for somebody. Thank you very much for listening, and that dog is not happy. Bye-bye.